Sunday night prime time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we write a finish to... Playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Sheffield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Sheffield can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie that stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? But if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Sheffield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Sheffield steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting a bank on the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens will take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. A beautiful fake. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Sheffield. Looking middle, and that's complete. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Sheffield going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They'll look to throw again. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Back to throw again. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Aviators post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Sheffield. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. To throw on 3rd down. Sheffield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go play action here on 1st down. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. Sheffield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sheffield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sheffield got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Buying time to his left. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Sheffield. He finds his man. Complete. That's long. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Back to throw. Sheffield, over the middle, complete. It's long. And he's going to have the 1st down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. Sheffield. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Sheffield. Under pressure, they got him again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. 24-17, your final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for our home team, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken at the goal line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Aviators have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
23 yards on the play.
And a Raven first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Able to get this one to McBride. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Sheffield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Sheffield. And it's intercepted. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Throwing on 3rd and long. Sheffield. And this one is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Complete to number 20. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Holding offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the 1st down against our defense by that decision.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, Sheffield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Oh, nice move. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And
He knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Sheffield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Off play action, Sheffield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Sheffield.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And his kick here is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Flush to his right, and he's going to go down again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing to start the drive, Sheffield.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Sheffield.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Off the play fake. Sheffield. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
4th and short, they had the ball right at the midfield stripe. Was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yardage situations, they throw the ball. In the old days, they would run it. That was an old school call right there.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again. Sheffield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sheffield. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll roll it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced him to stay. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll set up to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Aviators are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sheffield. His throw incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sheffield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Back to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping them just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Columbus, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.